Status
The
report.
ship has suffered heavy damage. The copies of FIFA 07 for 2012 are okay, but we've lost our entire stash of Wii shovelware. All the dodgy third-party controllers are revolting and have united with Novelty Simpsons PS1 memory cards.
And what of the rounds? How are they?
Rounds 2 and 3 have sustained massive damage. Demo disc has been ejected, and round 2's tapes have been taped over with Mrs. Brown's Boys, Boys into Cul-de-sac, speedruns.
We will have to figure out something to do with these rounds. We will have our quiz. We will have our mandatory Halloween special. As the ship crumbles and crashes, we will figure out something. We will do something.
Hello there, Internet. I'm Mr. Matt Internet, and this is Low Res, a comedy gaming panel show having a limited time special event mandatory Halloween special. How requiredly terrifying. I thought I would do something special for this episode, so I am very pleased to exclusively reveal this year's Special Achievement in Gaming Horror Award. After tallying the votes, we can reveal it is the increasing cost of keeping up with modern gaming because of the increase in a number for some people in suits. I didn't even know it was nominated. Well deserved. Well, just earned it this year. Well done.
I should have won.
You were robbed, Billy.
Yeah. I'm thinking we might have to sue the people in suits.
Whilst we're thinking about the Billy Mitchell lawsuit that's going to be coming to us very shortly, please sign up to the Patreon. We need the money to end up fighting that. Let's move on to introducing the teams, shall we? He is the streamer, Struggle R racer and organiser, Clock Tower member, speedrunner and spookiest bulb of garlic in the pumpkin patch. It's Team Captain Garlips.
So you've decided to play my little game.
Oh my god, Yugi, what are you doing here?
I'm out of work.
Times have been rough, eh? I understand the cardboard crack is very expensive.
The kids are into Pokemon now.
And alongside him, Freaks Fam streamer, Trap Trek, Ultimate Other Me speedrunner legend, Struggle R racer, while we're living, the dreams we have as children fade away. It's the Faded One.
Winning. Hello.
Are you winning?
I'm winning. Winning at life. Winning in death.
It's a shame that I can't end up sneaking in, from the door behind you and end up saying, "Are you winning, son?" It's time for us to enjoy, to prepare ourselves for the mind, the delicious, succulent mind of the YouTube streaming legend. Delicious mind possessing. Don't bother trying them. I've blocked them off. Escape route.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. The escape room couldn't be here today. I'm Billy Mitchell, world famous video game record holder.
100% legit, aren't they?
Yes, my records in Pac-Man Junior Math and Miss Donkey Kong are legit.
And opposing them in epic fashion, she is the Freaks Fam streamer, Struggle R racer, and charity fundraising wonder, wondering what hell would be best for the people who try to scam via giving away PS5s on Discord. It's Team Captain Adrian's Revenge. I shouldn't accept any calls, should I, off of you just for a while, should I?
You like video games?
To be honest, I can get, give or take video games at the moment. It's just so expensive. I don't know if you've noticed how scary it is right now for them. And joining her, he is the Clock Tower Stream Team streamer, horror as a concept enthusiast, and speedrunner of them. He might also have a delicious, succulent mind. It's Jason Vader.
We're just gonna break character. I'm not supposed to be talking, but here I am.
It might end up impacting later rounds if you're unable to talk completely.
I mean, I could learn sign language, but that would take a while.
I would also have to learn sign language. And also, we'd have two different types of sign language. You'd have American Sign Language, and I'd have British Sign Language. So we need a translator as well.
Very, very true.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the Wheel of Struggle Season 7 champion, Struggle R runner, the strategy game Smarty Pants, the one, the only, the one with the barks on mic, it's Love and Floofen.
It's absolute pleasure to be here, and I shall send you my bill shortly.
Oh, god damn it, you're billing us again.
I'm afraid, sir, Eldritch Abominations do not stop themselves, and you've got the best in the field.
Well, I'm sorry to say that I am an Eldritch Abomination, as you can probably see. Garlip's team, I scared? Please explain.
Well, Mr. Matt, we thought, what could we come as tonight other than winners? We are team winning, as some of you may have guessed from our very obvious costumes. No, the simple fact of the matter is, Faded came to me. He was upset. You know, he had been on a recent streak of losing. He had lost the Trap Trek World Record. He had lost the previous episode of Low Res Spoilers. God knows when you'll see that, 2030 probably. But it resulted in a draw. So Faded is yet to get that W until he joined the winners. And the day he joined the winners, he took Trap Trek World Record twice, beating that absolute Garlips. So, congratulations, Faded.
Thank you. Took some doing, but I got there in the end. Only took a month.
I feel like you may need more tiger blood, my friend.
Oh, my face fell off, so I think so.
And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the biggest winner of all, Billy Mitchell.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for bringing me back from the Shadow Realm. It was particularly cold there, so thank you for that, Yuki. I am here to win, because that's what I do. I'm Billy Mitchell, and I win.
Billy Mitchell, the winner. But will he win this episode of Low Res? Because we have another team to end up getting some explanation from. Adrian's team. Explain I. Scared, please.
We've brought together the sharpest dressed killers in horror history. And I mean, Edward's the worst. I mean, we don't have anything against Edward. He's the ringleader.
I kind of do, because pretty obvious that I'm one of the fierce Eldritch killers of them all. So, watch out.
Do have to watch out, because be it an old cavalry saber, a .38 revolver, a riot gun, or a disembodied head, I can use it as a weapon, and I will.
I was a disembodied head at one point.
And I may throw your head down a hole in order to solve a puzzle later. I've just shaved. By sheer force of will, I am shedding the moustache.
We open as always with Game Sharks, a bit of gaming news presented in the form of a question. Get that question correct and your team has a whole precious point. Garlip's team, what game recently had more levels found in it? Is it Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, Tasmania 2 Taz, or Super Mario Bros. 2 aka The Lost Levels?
Well, as you may know, a lot of video games have kill screens. These happen because something happens in the memory. The game starts pulling from different places, and it tries to create levels where there were none. Recently, a YouTuber discovered that by pointing memory to strange places in Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels, specifically the Super Nintendo version and the Super Famicom version, that they could unlock other levels. So I think the answer is Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels.
You make a strong argument. Let's say something funny about the others for a second. Tasmania
Okay.
2 Tasticles. What was it?
Tasmania 2 Taz.
I would love to play that.
I'm sure that Tasmania 2 was called Taz Escaped from Mars, so it can't be that.
I think I know where we're going with our answer.
The problem with doing voices is you trip over words.
It's very easy.
Not as easy as you think, is it?
I can exclusively reveal the answer is Super Mario Lost Levels.
It was indeed Super Mario Bros. 2 All the Lost Levels, which thanks to Mario Glitch Savant Simplistic, Mario speedrunner legend Cosmic was able to access levels such as B9 and BM on the Super Mario All-Stars SNES release of Super Mario Bros. 2, showing that almost 40 years after release, Mario can still pinch off a surprise or two from a pipe. Adrian's team. What game recently had a true ARG horror experience where it stole people's money via malware? Was it Block Blasters, Malware, we're upfront about it, or Taken to the Steamers?
Oh, I wonder which one it could be. I do know the answer. You guys got any jokes to fill the time?
I feel like we should address where we're upfront about it. Should we not? I mean, that sounds like a fantastic title.
It sounds like EA's new edition.
No, EA would never be upfront about anything.
That was in a Fanatical bundle, wasn't it?
I know the answer.
We know it's Blockbuster.
It's Blockbuster.
Even before the ridiculous second and third options, I knew it was Blockbuster.
What was the third option again? Could I have that one more time?
Sure you can, it's Taken to the Steamers.
Yeah, it was quite bad. I think they kind of, was it like $150,000 or something ridiculous they took from people?
It was specifically fleecing people's crypto wallets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was crypto wallets, yeah. And the story I heard about it was actually quite sad. It was a guy that was saving his crypto wallet to pay for his cancer treatment. And they stole all that money from him. During a stream.
Thankfully, though, everybody in the community came together and helped fund that. So there was a message of goodness in there somewhere, even out of all that.
It's Blockbusters.
Blockbusters, you're saying? And Blockbusters, you are absolutely correct. It was Blockbusters, which came with malware embedded in it, draining any funds it could get its grubby hands on, including Ravio Rastalan TV Plavnix, who is suffering with stage 4 sarcoma and broadcast the impact live on Switch, showing that horror really is an all-year thing, just the monsters wear different masks throughout the year. So after that stumble into the horrors of gaming, we shuffle into our round 2. Cutscenes. I'm going to show you some clips and you need to identify the games they came from. Now, due to an issue, we couldn't get the cutscenes to load on the airship, so we've had to have them recreated. I'm sure it will be fine. Absolutely fine. As usual for round 2, we have our buzzers. So Garlips, do you want to deliver onto us yours?
There was only one option, Mr. Matt, and that is... winning.
Adrian, render upon us your buzzer for this episode.
Nice suit. Is that the cleaners?
5 clips coming up, but first, let's have our pool of horror games these could be. Silent Hill 2, Illbleed, Eat Lead, The Return of Matt Hazard, Clock Tower 3, Parasite Eve, Alone in the Dark 2008, Resident Evil, and Alan Wake 2.
This is a round where I can make myself look very... like, I can destroy all of my horror cred. I'm scared.
So, after each scene, the teams will have a chance to buzz on in. So let's have scene 1.
Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't you supposed to be going over the first floor?
Yeah, you're right. But take a look at this. It's Forest. Oh my god.
Winning.
Garlips team.
It's Resident Evil.
It was indeed from Resident Evil.
Jill! Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't you supposed to be going over the first floor, Barry?
Yeah, you're right. But just take a look at this. It's Forest. Oh my god.
We're going to move on to scene 2.
So, What did you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
You're just a gutless fatso.
What do you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
Nah, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
Nice suit. Is that the cleaner?
Adrian's team?
That is Silent Hill 2, my friend.
It was indeed from Silent Hill 2.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh! You're just a gutless fatso.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But if you did something bad, why don't you just say you were sorry?
And now the next scene.
I don't have time for this, so let's get it over with. Tell me, was all this fake? A show?
No one said otherwise. It was to indulge you. But we can stop pretending.
Masks, come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask. But you know how to make things difficult for yourself.
Again!
Winning.
Gollop's team?
I've not even played it through all the ways. Like something in my gut gang is saying Illbleed because I can't place it with any of the others.
Illbleed is set in a horror house where the main character, I think her name is something like Eriko Christie. Her father makes horror animatronics and things. I was leaning towards Illbleed because they might have been putting on a show specifically for her.
So I have no idea, so I cannot assist here.
The one thing we can attest to is that Illbleed is a batshit game. It's got loads of crazy stuff in it.
I believe my favorite quote from the game is, "I can't wait to convene with the undead." Unfortunately, it's in the first 3 minutes, so there's no point playing it. You just watch the cutscene and turn it off.
So, Gollop's team?
I think we're going to go with Illbleed.
You're going to go with Illbleed. And I'm afraid that was ill-advised. I'm going to be throwing it over to Adrian's team. Adrian's team, what do you think it might be?
Got two in my head, but I'm not. But they're random.
What are your two?
Alone in the Dark or Clock Tower.
Yeah.
I was gonna say probably Clock Tower.
Clock Tower 3 is weird. Like, if you just watched a playthrough of Clock Tower 3 and nobody told you the name of the game, you would not assume that it is a Clock Tower game.
That's very true.
It's just weird. So the cutscene sounded weird. Clock Tower 3 is a weird game. My first thought was also Illbleed because it's a very strange game, and that's now been eliminated for me.
There is also a scene, I think, in a theater, so that does make sense. I've played Clock Tower 3. I forget everything about it.
So, Adrian's team, what are you going to go for?
Should we go with that then? Clock Tower.
I think so. Should we say Clock Tower 3?
We'll go Clock Tower 3.
Clock Tower 3. And I'm afraid your time has run out because that's not the correct answer. The correct answer on this one was actually Alan Wake 2.
I don't have time for this, so let's get it over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. It was to indulge you, but we can stop pretending now.
Masks come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask, but you know how to make things difficult for yourself.
Probably a game.
Oh, yeah, actually. I mean, the problem with that game is it's amazing, but it's also fucking 30 hours long.
All right, so shall we move on to the next scene?
Quark left the house when he lost his beloved lover, Sexy Doll. He wandered and wandered for days. He found himself walking toward the graveyard where Henry was buried.
Quark, I will never forget the fun times we had together.
Sexy Doll, I wanted to see you one last time.
Winning.
Garlips team?
I suggest we go Illbleed again.
I mean, we're falling into the trap here of, is it weird Illbleed or is it weird Clock Tower 3?
I don't know if Clock Tower 3 has a graveyard, but Illbleed has a graveyard.
They both have sexy dolls though, which doesn't help at all.
Do they?
Like Clock Tower 3 has got like these facsimile people who are like not real people. They're like monster people, and I don't. I'm gonna go Illbleed as well.
Yugi, you're telling me that this whole time there was a game with sexy dolls in it, and you did not tell me?
I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
Lawsuit.
I play overpaid lawyer in a defense position.
I defer to your judgment.
I think for the second time in a row, we are going to stab in the dark with Illbleed.
You're going with Illbleed? And was it ill-advised to go for it for a second time? It wasn't. It was actually Illbleed that came from.
Thank God it can never be Illbleed again now.
Quark left the house when he lost his beloved lover, Sexy Doll. He wandered and wandered for days. He found himself walking toward the graveyard where Henry was buried.
Quark, I will never forget the first time we had together.
Sexy Doll.
I wanted to see you one last time.
And now for the next scene, our last scene.
Hurry! We must go to the museum before he has gathered an even larger army.
Whose army? What are you talking about?
Is everything okay?
No, it's not okay. He's hurt bad, and I'm losing my mind. I bet that was a...
Crap!
I didn't tell you to come along.
Shut up! Both of you!
Hey. Take it easy, Theophile.
My suit is at the cleaners.
Adrian's team.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark at this. It's either gonna be Alone in the Dark or Parasite Eve.
Yeah, so applying logic, our opponent, Yami Yugi, did not instantly try to jump on the buzzer, so we know it's not Eat Lead, the return of Matt Hazard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted you to think.
It's very easy to remember the cutscenes from that game because you can't fucking skip them. Cut that. I don't curse. Make sure you cut that.
So Parasite Eve does have a mission at a museum, but I don't remember someone assembling an army. So that's why I'm going to go with Alone in the Dark. Because Alone in the Dark also does take place in New York, where there's a lot of museums.
I am inclined to agree, because I have... It didn't sound weird enough for Clock Tower 3, which is a sentence that left my mouth. There was no instant jump on the return of Matt Hazard, so that eliminates that.
It's definitely not Eat Lead.
I have played Parasite Eve, so this is going to be really embarrassing if we get it wrong. I do not remember that in Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve is mostly monsters, yeah.
Yeah, and mitochondria and stuff. That leaves only Alone in the Dark 08, an awful game that should not be played, and thus I've not played it, and I deny my existence within it.
Don't listen to him. It's good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I will get my old cavalry saber out of the knight's hand by throwing a statue at it that I learned about in reading a book and come down there and tell you not to play that game.
That's the problem with the left. Always violence.
So, Adrian, what will you end up deciding to end up putting in as an
It's
answer?
a bit of a question.
Should we go with Alone in the Dark, guys? Yeah, we'll do that. Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark, 2008. And will you be alone with the points? No, you're going to be enjoying them together as a team, because that was indeed from Alone in the Dark 2008. Well done.
Hurry! We must go to the museum before he's gathered an even larger army.
Whose army? What are you talking about?
Everything okay?
No, it's not okay. He's hurt bad and I'm losing my mind. I bet that was a fucking 10 on the Richter
Damn it.
scale.
Look, I didn't tell you to come along. Shut up! Think it, both of you. Hey, take it easy, Theophile.
That clip was quite clever because you mentioned museum, and the clue there is Parasite Eve, the main villain, is a woman, is a she. So when the he, I was like, Alone in the Dark.
So, after that enjoyment, we see the scores as such. Adrian's team are on 3 points, while Scarlet's team are also on 3 points. Well, I'm pretty scared right now, not gonna lie. So I need a moment or two to recover in a mirror universe of my psyche. Why don't you follow the spooky guests we have on, subscribe to this very channel to help Low Res grow, pop a like or a comment about your favourite spooky moment in gaming, such as when Sega announced the Sega Saturn out of the blue, and we'll be back after these terrifying things known as breaks.
There's never been a game like Sega Saturn's Forge. Never been a game that's allowed you to fly, fluid and fly, in real-time 3D. Not until now, not until tonight. The reason is simple. No other system has had fly. Sega! Only on Sega Saturn.
Welcome back. It's time yet again for Demo Disc. It's time yet again for Demo... It's time yet again for Demo... It's time yet again for Demo... Okay. It looks like Demo Disc isn't working today, but it's okay. I got these tapes and a Commodore 64, so we should be all good for Demo Tape. Teams, I will play 2 tracks at you, one easy and one hard, for you to guess the game it's from. Get it right, and you'll get a point. Get it wrong, and the other team might have a cheeky chance to steal. And now, just to let you know, these tapes have been stored in, let's say, not the best conditions. So there might be a few issues with the tapes, just to let you know. Garlip's team, are you ready?
We are ready, hopefully.
Yes, I'm ready. Ready to enjoy delicious Mickey's hot sauce. We did have to change the name of the sauce. It was part of my settlement with Disney over cheating allegations in Club Penguin. They told me that I should have been playing in Chrome, but I was playing in Netscape Navigator. Not that that should make any difference. Anyway, as part of the settlement, we had to change the name of our hot sauce, but I assure you, it's still the same great hot sauce. Oh, ready to play. Yes, sorry.
Faded, your face has come back.
Yes, I during the break I had a lot of tiger blood, and lo and behold, I've transformed back into the streamer, the favored one.
He blinked and it cured his brain.
Are you ready? I will be pumping the first one at you now.
Is it a game we would know? It sounded backwards. If you could play it forwards for us, that would be great.
Sorry, mate. The tapes are not in good condition.
That's the easy track.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm getting from it. I'm getting long, drawn-out notes. I'm getting a kind of a country flair. I'm getting like Lon Lon Ranch vibes. I don't want to say it's Lon Lon Ranch, but I'm getting Lon Lon Ranch vibes. This is the easy one. Yeah, it's not Lon Lon Ranch.
I'm getting one of those like weird SpongeBob games.
I get a SpongeBobby vibe from it.
So I got, and it's probably wrong, but potentially Repo, because it's something that I play quite a lot, and it could be something that they've just thrown in, but I could be wrong. It sounds like the Repo menu tune.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. If it's not that, I'm gonna be pissed.
I defer to you two. I've never had anything repoed.
I can hear it. Faded, please.
All right then, if you're happy with it, I think we'll go with Repo.
You're locking in Repo, and will I be repossessing a potential point I could be giving to you here? No, because it was indeed from Repo. It was the title theme from Repo, and here's how it should have sounded.
The second you said it.
I should do it today.
To be fair, it did sound very SpongeBob-y.
It did.
Here we go with the second track.
Yeah, I know it. I believe that is I Hate You from Puyo Da.
You locking that in, are you?
Well, I know that's true, but I want to run it past the rest of the team.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to defer to the experience, the gaming knowledge of Mr. Billy Mitchell.
Well, of course, Puyo Da was released in arcades, and naturally that means I've played it and have the world record in it.
So you're looking in Puyo Da, yeah?
Puyo Da, yes.
Puyo.
Puyo.
Puyo?
Puyo Puyo Da.
Bloody hell, Billy, your voice changed, didn't it? But your voice will be very, very sure in the fact that I am going to be giving you another point, because it was indeed I Hate You, Hanglish version from Puyo Da. And here's how it should have sounded. Right.
In the 90s, orchestrals hit different. Do you know what I mean?
I want to point out that during that song, Satan, that's the name of the character in the game, is wearing a fishnet top. And I think that's very fitting considering that Yugi is wearing fishnets, even though Yami Yugi never wore fishnets.
Yep, I googled his outfit. I saw there were no fishnets, and I thought, fuck that Mandela effect. I'm buying fishnets.
Adrian's team, are you all ready?
As will ever be.
Right, here we go with the first track.
I know what it is.
Adrian's team, what do you think that might be?
It was Doom 2016.
It was indeed from Doom 2016. That was Rip and Tear.
It sounded very doomy.
That was going to be my guess,
Yeah.
but I would have said BFG Division because that's the only song from that game I know that.
I heard the I heard that part, so I knew it was Rip and Tear.
Here we go.
Start playing with Jace's ears is
You sure my Hoover makes this noise? This may be very wrong, and I am stabbing partially in the dark. I thought it might be Silent Hill 4, specifically the boss with the stupid beds that come down that you hit and they go.
I was definitely thinking it's a Silent Hill game because, like, it was the percussion part that sounded like a Silent Hill game.
Can't hear anything
I didn't
over
know
the
which one.
damned radio.
I think it might be Silent Hill 1 though, not 4. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's Silent Hill 1. I can't pinpoint which actual part, but I remember the squealing parts sound like something from Silent Hill 1, in like the later parts.
Which one are you going to go for? If you think it's a Silent Hill game, do you think it's 1 or 4?
I'm pretty sure it's 1. Actually, no, I think that's the music from the Nowhere section.
Yeah, you want to lock in Silent Hill 1?
We'll lock in Silent Hill 1.
Will you be silently celebrating a point, or will you be heading to the hills for a little consolation? You'll be heading for a silent point of joy, because it was indeed from Silent Hill, and it was My Heaven.
It wasn't Nowhere.
And this is how it should have sounded.
At first I thought it was 4 as well, but then I couldn't place it in 4.
Well, the more he was explaining Silent Hill 1, the more I was thinking, oh yeah, the sound effects would not be in the song. They would be part of the game. But I was hearing like the bangs and imagining the things coming down and thinking, oh, it's just that.
And I don't remember Silent Hill 4 being very like that percussive in the soundtrack.
Yeah, no, to be fair to Flip, it does sound a lot like the One Truth boss, but the percussion sounds he would have heard in that boss fight, like he says, are the actual sounds of the things coming down, not on the music. But in 1, there's a lot more bangs and crashes in the music. So, yeah.
Well, I think I need to get that Commodore 64 seen to by an exorcist before I attempt Jet Set Willy on it. I'd shudder to think what that would unleash. But before I can do that, we need to approach the final horror of this episode. The creature that has been glimpsed throughout the show, but bursting through here to finally claim us. It's the Red Ring Round. Teams, I will be spewing game titles at you for 60 seconds. Some real, some made up by a madman in a box. You get a point for each one you identify. However, get 3 wrong, and it's Rip Run, F's in chat. You didn't hit the button fast enough, so you failed the mashing sequence, and now have to watch a death scene. Gullip's team, have you got any strategies for tonight?
We have 1 strategy remaining. You forgot about my trap card that's been there the entire time and in play. I would like to bring your attention to Decky F does a silly face. This is a powerful meme card. Very rare, hollow foil. It's beautiful. What is he doing? Doesn't he know he's doing a silly face? Doesn't he know that's what it looks like?
Did you just actually sniff Decky?
Yes.
What did it look like?
I sniff all my cards. Don't you?
If we're all ready to get underway, we can get going in 3, 2, 1. Star Soldier.
True.
That is indeed true. Star Wars Episode 2 Racer.
False.
That is indeed false. Lloyd Bithelsby is approaching.
False.
That is indeed false. War Gods.
True.
That is indeed true. Warp and Warp.
False.
That's actually true. Silent Hill Orphan 3.
False.
That's actually true. It was a mobile title. Ramble Spirits.
False.
That's indeed false. It's Scramble Spirits. Eggerland.
True.
That's indeed true. Ultra Fight for the Gold.
True.
That's actually false, and that's 3 hits.
I count 6.
Adrian's team, you just need to beat 6 today. How do you fancy your chances? Any strategies?
Ooh, I'm hoping. We can get 7. But I think usual strategies, guys. If you know it, go for it. If not, give it a couple of seconds and take a stab. Take a stab at it. We're good at stabbing.
Let's see if you can end up beating the 6. We are going to get underway in 3, 2, 1. Mr. Helly.
I'll go true.
That is indeed true. Rochard.
False.
False.
That's actually true. Dragon Bruiser.
False.
That is indeed false. Undead Line.
True.
That is indeed true. Bottomless Pit.
True.
That's actually false. Bottomless Pit Supervisor.
False.
That's actually true, and that is 3 hits.
I can't. You did them dirty.
What?
I'm on the receiving end of the Fire Emblem shenanigans. Now I'm on the receiving end of his bottomless bloody pit. Does it never end? Oh yes, you're all absolutely brilliant. Well, I don't see you solving puzzles in your own adventure game.
I solve puzzles in everyday life, like how to prove that I didn't play on main.
People speedrun my games. They take 60 hours.
Yeah, that reminds me, because he doesn't know how his own deck works, we have 17 extra points.
Oh my god. You're right. No.
Great. Now you've sent Yamiyuki to the Shadow Realm. Was it worth it?
Well, after all that, our mandatory spooky scores are as such. Adrian's team are on 8 points, and Garlip's team are on 11 points.
Winning.
Garlip's team, have you got any shout-outs for this evening?
Yeah, so shout out to Freaks Fam. You can find them on Instagram, Freaks Fam Team, where you'll find all of our lovely members. And obviously, you can find me on there on Twitch and all the social medias as well.
Hi, I'm Billy Mitchell, a world record holder, and make sure you go to Mickey's Hot Sauce and buy your hot sauce. Use code AdrianLost for 10% off. Also, check out www.escapebritish.com.
Hi, my name is Really Garlips, and I don't know how we pulled it out of the bag today. I would just like to say, if you're watching this, about 10 years ago, before this episode came out, some races called Struggle Last Season 3 were happening. And this one will come out on time, I think, so because it's the Halloween special. So right now, races are happening. Races are happening in your area. Hot races in your area. So please do go over to twitch.tv/The Wheel of Struggle, or twitch.tv/Wheel of Struggle, or go to wheelofstruggle.com. You can find all the information on the races. Everyone pitches in. We've got so many good races coming up. Most of the people here are involved in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, please do check out Struggle R.
And of course, consolations to our runners-up this week. Love and Floofen, you can end up finding on all the usual places at Love and Floofen. And you can also find Jason Vader in all of the places that Jason Vader usually inhabits. And Adrian's Revenge, who you can find on Twitch and Instagram and all the usual good places. So that was the mandatory Halloween special of Low Res. I'd like to thank the team captains, the guests, and of course you for watching at home. And I leave you with this. If you hold down the A button, it's kind of like screaming, isn't it? Bye for now. So I am very pleased to exclusively... Yeah, I can't say the fucking word exclusively.
I don't want to have to say it to you, but you're not cut out for exclusively revealing stuff. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
you're either throwing for content or this is going to be DLC.
I can't say the word exclusively. I could say it there. I'll try attempt to say it in the sentence. I'll
Nailed
fuck up
it
again.
there, personally. Yeah.
But I won't be able to say it in the next
High
sentence.
quality content you miss out on the low res Patreon. Please subscribe. Well-known leftist alcoholic Edward Carnby.
Edward Carnby he's very sad because he knows that Alone in the Dark 2008 happens about 80 years in his future, and he's not happy about it.
Wait, would you be happy if there was a piece of ham stuck on your shoulder blade and you could not get rid of it?
We open as always with game charts. Game charts?
I'd like to play my trap card. Mr. Matt bungles the quiz. I didn't think it would be this early.
What's it say at the bottom?
Mr. Matt has bungled an element of the quiz because he is the worst host. Discard all unwanted cards and draw that many from the deck as compensation.